What's going on, guys? This is Skyhound, also known as Geek Archivist Pierce. So I just heard about this on Twitter, and the premise of this sounds something familiar to me. But let's take a look, shall we? This is known as The Substance. Comes out tomorrow. As much as I want to watch it, I don't know if I'll have time, but I'll just give my general thoughts and see what's going on with this. So, here we go.
People always ask for something new. It's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself?
That sounds familiar.
Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. One single injection unlocks your DNA and will release another version of yourself.
Interesting.
This is the substance.
Crazy.
I'm Sue.
You're hired.
Let's go.
A perfect balance of 7 days each. The one and only thing not to forget. You are one. You can't escape from yourself.
Interesting point.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance. This balance is not working.
Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
People are gonna love that.
Wow. Okay, that premise sounds so good, but I'll be frank. The only films that I remember seeing her in, I might be wrong on one of them, but The Rocketeer is one. I think another one was, correct me if I'm wrong, A Beautiful Mind. Might be wrong on that. Obviously, we have Top Gun Maverick. So that's an obvious bit. Now this, I will say kudos to the writers on this because I'm just gonna poke around here, see if I can find it. So I'll just put it on mute for now. It's around here somewhere. So this part right here is pretty interesting in terms of plot point. The one only thing not to forget, you are one. So my understanding of this is that, as the trailer points out, that give me a second. Here. It's a few seconds later. You cannot escape from yourself. So that line right there is something that one could say is addressing not just entertainment, but people in general, myself included. It's the old saying, you can try to run as much as you can, but like it says right there, the only person you cannot escape or you cannot run from is yourself. So we see the after effects from here. And we see, like, I mean, yeah, I get the fact that she's old, but um, I'm not going with ageism here. But the way how it shifts from the real person to what she perceives herself to be. And then the the breakdown. And then that scream. So what's interesting is that this sounds like something most of us have heard or seen or read before, is that the whole once you start, it's hard to stop. And as the trailer brings up, would you like to stop? Here's the problem. It brings up the age-old question. How far are you willing to go? And how deep are you willing to sink? Here's something that I've probably said numerous times online. Focus always on me. FAME. You see where I'm getting at? If so, great. So this is basically another psychological horror take on something that's already been covered. So what do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. So here are some of the movies that I own on Fandango at Home, formerly known as Vudu. I want to bring your attention to these particular films: Millennium Actress and Perfect Blue, both done by the same director, Satoshi Kon. So what do these films have in connection with the trailer I just watched? The dark side of the media. Simple as that. And the evidence is all around you, if one knows where to look. Now, for those of you guys who are anime fans, you likely have watched those classics numerous times, know it much better than me, but the fact remains, the dark side of the media has probably been discussed countless times. And now we're seeing the most recent take, Oshinoko, which I definitely need to get into. But it's not just that. For as soon as I heard about this trailer, there's a manga that caught my attention. Thankfully, I have the ebook version as well as the physical. So, which one am I reading that has already covered this? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Helter Skelter, Fashion Unfriendly, written by Kyoko Okazaki. Sorry, I mispronounced the last name there. But this one covers a very similar take on the subject. But the fact of the matter is, the dark side of these enterprises, if you will, or, job positions, brings up the question again: how far are you willing to go? Like with this, it delves into fashion. One thing that people cannot escape: natural beauty and then aging. Everyone will age, no matter what, regardless of ethnicity, regardless if you're male or female, regardless of your gender preference, regardless of your religious beliefs. All of us age, all of us are going to die. That is inescapable. Now, I'm going to be trying to finish reading this one as well as watching those two films in preparation for the video essay regarding, again, the dark side of the media, which still is likely going to be discussed about for years to come. But overall, do I think this movie's going to do well? Yeah. Would I like to watch it? Absolutely. Now, given the nature of this topic, most of us have heard the saying, beauty is only skin deep. True, except there's something else that's missing. Makeup is a mask. One that is actually both visible and invisible. But we all know what makeup is trying to cover. One could say this film is kind of addressing it to an extent. But again, this film seems to address the obvious question I brought up earlier. How far are you willing to go? How deep are you willing to sink? Because once you start, how will you know when to stop? Because by the time you do, you're already in it deep, waist deep. And it's hard trying to go back. But yeah, this is just me, Skyhound, also known as Geek Archivist Pierce, giving my general thoughts on the trailer known as The Substance. If you guys are planning on watching it, do let me know your general thoughts. Non-spoilers, please. Stay safe, stay sane, and as my good friend Orange Hat would say, stay humble. Peace.